I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really in a place that I'm grateful that I got to grow into over the last year and a half, 2 years. Spending time away from the basketball court gave me time to really appreciate life in a new way. And I just know I need healthy boundaries, especially in this entertainment business. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it. So it's nothing personal against any of those guys against in the front office. It's just what I'm willing to accept. And I took a chance, and luckily and fortunately, the Dallas Mavericks picked me up. So it's just all what I can control.
Kyrie, from your perspective, how would you sift through what was the fact and fiction that led to where you are now?
I mean, we could sit here all day, man. I think we probably could go through the timeline of all the reports since I first came into Brooklyn. But the greatest lesson I could share with you that I learned from signing in Brooklyn for free agency is I wish I would have got to know the people that were behind the organization. I went in there and was just a kid with a dream on my mind with KD, and we wanted to bring a championship to a young organization. They were only around for 6 years. I grew up a New Jersey Nets fan. It's in my blood. I cheer for them. But when things start to change and you're not getting transparency and honesty from people in the front office or people around you, I mean, I don't know what person feels comfortable or confident in that type of environment. And again, I don't want to go into too many details because it's water under the bridge now. Like, I wish them well. I left them in 4th place. I did what I was supposed to do, took care of my teammates, was incredibly selfless in my approach to leading. I just wanted to do all the right things for myself, not to appease anybody that had something negative to say about me or they judged me. This basketball game, it's fun, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay competitive and just work hard. So.
What did KD say?
In the seat today, I just know I want to be places where I'm celebrated and not just tolerated or just kind of dealt with in a way that doesn't make me feel respected. And there were times throughout this process when I was in Brooklyn where I felt very disrespected, and my talent, I work extremely hard at what I do. No one ever talks about my work ethic though. Everyone talks about what I'm doing off the floor. So I just want to change that narrative and write my own story and just continue to prepare in the gym. And now that I'm in Dallas, just focus on what I can control, like I said. And I'm always going to be close with those guys in Brooklyn, just like I'm close with guys in Boston, just like I'm close to guys in Cleveland. It is a team competitive sport, but we care about each other's families way more off the court. So I know the relationships will extend off. I'm just focused on preparing to win.
What did you feel like the Nets did that was disrespectful to you?
I think that's another day where I could really go into detail about it. I'm not the person to really speak on names and go to someone behind their back and try to leak stuff to the media. That's never been me. Now, I've been an audience member watching people say things about me that ultimately just fall off my shoulder. I'm really in a place that I'm grateful that I got to grow into over the last year and a half, 2 years. spending time away from the basketball court gave me time to really appreciate life in a new way. And I just know I need healthy boundaries, especially in this entertainment business. There's a lot of disrespect that goes on with people's families, with their names, and I'm just not with it. So it's not personal against any of those guys against in the front office. It's just what I'm willing to accept. And I took a chance, and luckily and fortunately, the Dallas Mavericks picked me up. So it's just all what I can control.
And can you explain?
Yeah, I delete a lot of things on my Instagram. You know, I've had things that have happened before in my life, probably not as drastic of that moment, which led to a lot of confusion and uncertainty, I felt like, and what I meant and what I stand for. And I had to sit up in these mics and explain to the world who I am when I know who I am. So, you know, I delete things all the time, and it's no disrespect to anyone within the community, just living my life.
Do you stand by the apology? Do you stand by the words in the apology?
I stand by who I am and why I apologized. And I did it because I care about my family, and I have Jewish members of my family that care for me deeply. Did the media know that beforehand when they called me that word anti-Semitic? No. Did they know anything about my family? No. Everything was assumed. Everything was put out before I had anything to say. And I reacted instead of responding emotionally maturely. I didn't need to be defensive or go at anybody. So I stand by my apology, and I stand by my people everywhere. All walks of life, all races, all religions, same thing.
Were those Jewish people in your family, did they talk to you about that film, and were they hurt by you posting it?
I've had a lot of conversations about world history. What was contained in there was contained in there. I didn't agree with everything. I've been up here saying that. I'm just gonna leave it at that. My family is my family. If the media cared about my family, and actually, I'm not saying all the media, I don't want to get at anybody, but if specific media members actually cared to do research instead of being the first to report things, then they would know where I come from. So the diversity of my family is beautiful, and I'm just gonna continue to focus in on them. And when I'm in the court, try not to be distracted by y'all.
We're gonna do a couple more and then get him moving.
I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I think you heard in this interview, like, as much as the what ifs I would love to focus on and cherish, and you know, what could have been or what should be, I have to shift my focus to what we have going on here, and that's what brings me peace. Is just taking care of what I can control in here, and really embracing my teammates and being one of the leaders on our team alongside the coaching staff in the front office of just exemplifying what greatness looks like, and that's just worrying about the work, you know, chopping wood and carrying water, like I tweeted the other day. It's just the same thing every day, and just growing as a human being. So I think to not talk too much here, but me and Brian have grown as human beings, and it's always gonna be my brother, always gonna have great things to say about him and his family, but my focus is here. So.